or, but Alhamdulillah, I noticed your chat. Thank you once again. Uh, I started the recording. That is what Masara just reminded me. Recording is important because later on I normally share this lecture with you people on the Google Classroom. The chapter we'll be discussing is chapter number 4, a direct response and database foundations of internet marketing. So I was saying that even if looking at the word direct response, the two terms, it tells you that it allows the customers to respond to the company directly. I'll write it there for you to understand. It allows the customers, the clients, the customers, the potential customers, allowing the customers to respond to your ads or promotions directly. Now, what do you mean by respond to your promotion directly? Most of the time, the technical definition says that it should be a real-time response. Anybody know what is a real-time response? A real-time response? Okay, a real-time response means that as the promotion is on air, if it is on air, if it is like, because I'm using internet marketing term, so it would be on air, or on the TV it would be on air, but it can be also used in the personal selling. It can also be used in the form of sales promotion. I'm sure that you people remember sales promotion, personal selling, which is rather direct methods of promotion, and even direct marketing is a method of direct marketing of promotion where the response from the customers can be recorded right there and then. So that's an amazing thing. And if you remember, I started the chapter the chapter by telling you that this is a quite old strategy. Originally, it started with direct response TV. Some of you may have heard of this, even direct response TV. Those of you are my students, we may have discussed that in the marketing classes in the previous semesters, that this is something which is called direct response TV, where an ad is on air on the TV, and then the people are given a toll-free number or access to a particular button. If it is a response TV, then you can click on that button and you can order a product right away. So a lot of the TV ads in the TVs which have the option of response, or it gives you a number where you can directly call that number, and we call it call for an action, or call to act, or call to action. So these are the direct response ads example. These direct response ads or these direct response strategies have significantly enhanced with the growth of internet or with the internet marketing. So we know that internet is the most interactive platform compared to other platforms, if those platforms are distant platforms. For example, you take an example of TV, you take an example of radio, you take an example of outdoor ads like billboards or signboards or these things. Internet marketing is the most interactive ad or promotional tool available with the companies. So when it is interactive, the term interactive is also a good word. I want to write it here. Interactive. So when we say it is interactive, or when there is a two-way communication, when there is a two-way communication, I'm writing all at the same time for you people as well. When it is interactive, or when there is a two-way communication, then you can ask customers for their responses, either good or bad. A response may be good, response may be bad. And we see that on the internet now, the responses or the responses from the users can be acquired pretty smooth. Now even those websites or those platforms where we don't go for buying or selling, they also ask us for our responses sometimes. take an example of downloading something and they ask you, do you want to download? Yes or cancel. That's a response, and that is a direct response, an example of a direct response. But if the same direct response is used for the purpose of marketing using internet, we call it direct response internet marketing. Please note it down: direct response internet marketing. It's a strategy where a promotion of a company is displayed in front of the people, in front of the customers, with the option of replying to that ad, with the option of responding to that ad. And response, maybe I'll show you in a while, response could be in the form of sign-ups, response could be in the form of adding it to the cart, response may be in the form of buying the product directly, and so on and so forth. So all these different responses given by the public, given by the potential customers, given by the customers directly to the directly to the company in response to the marketing, is called direct response internet marketing. Interesting, right? Is it clear? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Interesting. This is a very, very interesting. Don't ask me to repeat that. These are my own definitions, and I say it once for all. I will share the recording with you. But when we say direct response marketing, Ali is, I think Ali, right? Yeah, Ali is asking me that, sir, can you repeat the definition for direct response marketing? Now, these definitions are impromptu definitions that I create right there. These are not bookish definitions. The bookish definitions are on the slide that I'll give you. But anyway, once again, let me try. When we say direct response marketing, we are referring to customers, public or potential customers giving you responses to your promotion on the internet. So giving them the opportunity, giving them the chance to give you responses to your promotion if it is played or displayed on the internet. So on the internet, say you're watching I'll give an example, Alia, and it will make it clear to you. You want to watch a YouTube video, you want to watch a lecture, for example. Normally people don't watch lecture on YouTube, but anyway, you plan to watch a lecture on the YouTube, and before that lecture starts, there is a 5 seconds to few seconds ad, a clip played in front of you, and that ad have an option of clicking on it. So it's not a kind of ad where you just have to watch and you cannot do anything. You can actually click on the ad, and the moment you click on that ad, it takes you to another website where you can do some action, either sign up or either buying the product or whatever. This is called direct response internet marketing. Is that clear now somehow? So whenever we do something on the internet and all of a sudden a pop-up come, and that pop-up asks us to either accept or decline or do something, that is a direct response that they want from us. So as the term itself tells you, it's direct response from the customers or the internet. It's called direct response marketing. Direct response from the customers on a promotion over the internet is direct response marketing. Okay, moving on. An example of that is there. For example, we also see these kind of scales on the internet, but this is a question that they're asking you, the writer or the author is asking you, is that on the scale of extremely favorable to extremely unfavorable, what is your opinion of direct response marketing and why? This is the question. Probably I will post it by the end of the class for you to reply to it just in one paragraph, in the form of one paragraph or a few sentences. Just say if you like direct response marketing or you don't like this direct response marketing after we complete this this lecture today, then inshallah I'll post it. So further, what is the direct response marketing? Now, a more bookish explanation of direct response marketing. It's an organized, planned system where context from the market is collected. So through direct response marketing, one of the major focus is to collect the responses using a system. It can use variety of media. Either it can be in the form of pictures, it can be in the form of videos, it can be using media can the term media can be taken in many terms. It can be explained in many ways. Media can be any platform that takes your message. I'll write it here for you before I also forget it. So when we say media, we are referring to a uh, platform that uh, takes your message. Message being ads uh, to the public, and public means customers or potential customers maybe. So, and media can also be used in another way. The term media in some books is also called medium, or in some books is also called channel. So you can see that if it is taken in these terms, then the media and medium can be the main source or tool. What do you mean by the main source or tool? The main source or tool, maybe it can be internet, it can be TV, it can be radio, or any other medium or tool. So your message can be displayed or shown to the customers or to the public using multiple platforms, multiple medias, multiple mediums, or multiple tools, and all those where I'm only mentioning the one where there is a chance of direct response. It can be telephone as well, where the telephone normally is connected with all the medias, especially the TV and the radio. I told you that when direct response initially started, it started with the term of direct response TV or direct response radio ads. In direct response TV or radio ads, TV is very simple, where you see an ad on the when you see a commercial on the TV, and they have given you a toll-free number which you call and you book the product. In some countries, you have direct response TVs where you have an option in the remote control of pressing on something. So the TV is an interactive TV. We also call it interactive TV. I think we also have somehow related to that TV here as well. Unify, I think, is offering as well, which is IPTV, where you can interact with the TV. Interaction may be limited depending on the country, but there is still interaction option available. For example, interacting with the TV could be in the form of pausing a particular program that you're watching. Interaction with the TV would be in the form of recording or going backwards or going forwards. All these are the different sorts of interactive TVs that enable a company to on-air interactive direct response ads. So in some countries, you also have an option of responding to an ad. So they show you an ad, and in the remote you have the option of pressing on some buttons, and those buttons will actually respond to that ad. And normally these are interactive ads on the interactive TVs. But now I want to know from you people, how would we use a direct response using radio? Because radio is very non-interactive. Anyone?
I think there's a segment for calling.
Yes, very nice, very nice. That's an absolutely correct answer. So we have a segment normally in the program where they give you a number, where they give you an email ID, where they give you a WhatsApp number, for example, nowadays, and you have only limited time to book that product or book that service within that time slot. So that is a direct response acquired from the customers within the radio program. So you can see that's an non-interactive media converted to interactive media. How beautiful is that? So these are the first two things. Then the main focus of direct response marketing is to increase sales or to find out leads. So your focus is to sell a product. Of course, that is a certain what do you call outcome of any marketing. All the companies try to do marketing to generate sales. But not only sales, they also want to find out leads, find out customers or potential customers. So the focus is on searching for new customers. And you will see in the coming slides, there is something which is also called acquisition or customer acquisition. So customer acquisition is there where the customers are acquired. And why do you do that? And how do you do that? I'm going to show you in the next slides, where there are ads, some of you may have seen, where they ask you to just sign up. So there is a free sign up for you. There is a free sign up for newsletters. There is a free sign up to a particular page or a particular database. And the motive of those signups are to acquire your email IDs. So when your IDs or email addresses or your contact details are stored in the databases by the companies, which is the next one, you can see the databases. Those databases are used to further sell the product to you or further market the product to you for the purpose of sales. Direct response marketing is also used in order to develop the databases that you have, and we are referring to customer databases. So when we say databases, our focus is mostly on customer databases. What could be the other kind of database? Anybody have an answer? Other types of databases. That yes, Naif, the other type of databases that can be enhanced using direct response marketing.
That can be enhanced.
Yeah, like for example, one of the very certain motive behind direct response marketing is to develop your database of customers. We call it customer database, right? But can we enhance or can we use direct response marketing for any other type of database than customer acquisition database or customer details database?
Yes, sir. It can be for employees as well, or
it can be for employees. Yeah, it can be for employees as well. Thank you for your response, Naif. It can be for it can be for employees as well, and it can be for many customers related behavior responses. So you're not only noting down the details of the customers' email IDs or addresses. That is in the case of acquiring new customers, but it can also be in the form of existing customer enhancing your database. So your customers are already in the database and you want to acquire more information on those customers. Remember one thing, for all of you who have businesses or who want to have businesses, it's always a good option to acquire more information on customers. Not only the email, if you get the email, very good. But if you get the names with the emails, that is also very good. If you get the age with the email, that is very, very good. If you get an age and gender and marital status and income and all these different demographics, that is like super good. So the point I want to make here is, the more you enhance your database using direct responses from the customers, the more you'd be able to target those customers appropriately. And since it is coming directly from the customer, so the chances are very slim that there will be errors, because customers are giving you the responses by themselves. So the responses probably would be accurate responses. May not be all the time, but research shows that self-reported responses are still reliable responses. That is a recent findings from a research that not very recent, but that's what the research shows, that the responses that you receive from the people directly by themselves, we call it self replies or self responses, are still considered reliable responses than someone else giving you responses on someone else. For example, I ask you about your brother, I ask you about your sister. So that response is still not considered very reliable. If I want to know about your brother or sister, I should go and ask them, and their response to my marketing is considered more reliable. So all these things will develop and enhance the database that I have. Direct response marketing is also considered and is used to measure the cost and the results. These are the things that we are going to discuss over the complete chapter, by the way, right? So we'll measure, direct response is used to measure the costs and the results of your marketing, how much money you're spending on the marketing and what is the result of those marketing. It's very simple. You are without direct response on your ad, you will only know about the result of your marketing by the end of the year or by the end of the quarter, depending on the company, whenever you are preparing your balance sheet or your statements. But with the direct response marketing, you get the results as soon as the marketing is over. So just like a few minutes ago, one of your friends mentioned that on the radio, direct response marketing would be providing a few minutes segment, say 5 minute segments, and those 5 minutes the people have to call for the product to get a special discount, for example. So don't you think that you are getting the results exactly within those 5 minutes? That is not true for other type of marketing tools. You cannot get the response directly within those directly after the marketing activity is finished. You have to wait for a quite longer time to get the results. But the beauty of direct response marketing is you get the results right there. As soon as the marketing is over, you will get the response. So if you have a sign up, or if you have buy a product, you will get the response as soon as the marketing campaign is finished. Then expendable with the confidence, and that's also an amazing part, that when you see that the results are coming, the results are showing up, when you see positive outcomes of your marketing, you can always expand it, you can always prolong it. That is not true for the TV ads. That is not true for the ads without the option of direct response. So even if that is an ad on the TV, that if that is a signboard on the middle of the highway, you would only be able to see the results by the end of the year or by the end of the quarter. So expanding it or doing it again would not be that easy. But in direct response, when you see that the 5 minute slot that you provided for signups have generated a lot of signups, then you can have another 5 minute slot next day, or you can have another 5 minute slots. You can expand it with the confidence because the results are there. But in other forms of marketing, you cannot do that easily. How many of you are with me? Raise your hands. Where is Mustafa? Where is Fawaz? Nurul Adni? Mardiha? Okay, Mardiha is here. Where is Fawaz Sulaiman? And Nurul Adni? Very good. Okay, that's nice. So anybody left? Nobody left. Okay, that's good. You can lower down your hands now. Okay, I already lowered down your hands. Okay, let's move on. Now the strategies related to direct response. Remember, direct response, we are specifically talking about direct response marketing in the context of internet. But direct response marketing can be designed for other marketing tools as well. And I give an example of TV, and I give an example of radio, with the inclusion of numbers to call and to book or to sign up. So these direct response is a good strategy that companies normally use in sales promotion and in personal selling. So now is the right time. You can do include direct response in your other types of marketing tactics. So you're using any other marketing tactic, include direct response with it, and you will see that it will generate some results for you. So what are the strategies? That is what we are going to discuss. Let's have a look at few ads. Now that's a beautiful ad of P&G, Procter and Gamble, where what they have done is that they have mixed mass marketing with the targeted promotion. So it's a mass marketing. First, you have to understand what is a mass marketing. Can anybody tell me what is a mass marketing? We already discussed that. Mass marketing.
So marketing a product or service to a very large population,
Yes,
like no segmented, no,
correct. Correct.
yeah, no, no
Thank you.
segments.
So marketing, mass marketing is the first step when normally the companies start marketing, where they don't have data or where they did not do any segmentation. So if you don't have data or if you don't know your segments, then of course the option that you normally have is to have mass marketing, and marketing to everyone. In simple words, mass marketing, marketing to everyone. So you don't know if they're your customers or if they're not your customers. In case your customers are identified, or you know your customers, but they are again can be divided into certain segments. So you already know your customers, but there are micro segments there, but you avoid the micro segments and you market to all your customers. That is also considered as a mass marketing strategy. Targeted promotion, on the other hand, is of marketing to specific group of customers. So you don't market to the same product to all. You product different products to different segments. That is what we call targeted marketing or targeted promotion. But the beauty of this ad that you can see is that Procter and Gamble is using targeted marketing along with the mass marketing. So that's an amazing thing, that you, in a single ad, you are targeting everyone, but at the same time you are also targeting specific segments. Can anybody tell me can anybody explain my sentence? I'm repeating. In this ad, you can see that Procter and Gamble is doing mass marketing, but at the same time targeting specific segments. That is what we call mass marketing plus targeted promotion. And it's very subtle, like you can actually see in this ad if you know the ads. If you look at this ad, either a social media ad or an ad on their website or any, you can see that this is a mass marketing ad, but at the same time it has targeted ingredients as well. Who can tell me that? I'll zoom it for you.
So the small text is not readable, but
At
it,
least it is very simple. By just looking at it, you get an idea. By just looking at this ad, you get an idea how it is targeted.
It's targeted to pet owners.
Okay, one, correct. But then it is not, it is targeted to pet owners. That can be a targeted ingredient, but then it is masses. But what is the
Uh,
ingredients
it's
of, yeah,
it's targeted to housewives
housewives?
at
Okay.
home. Mm.
How do you know that?
Because uh, normally if this type of mops are being used by housewives to like clean their home.
Okay. It can be a house husband as well, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'm just trying to be nice here. This is recorded. So housewife or house husband. Now we are living in an era where it is equal portion or equal responsibility of the household in all the facets. So even if it is mopping, and that is, I think, Islamically valid as well, that both of the husband. So those of husbands who are here, or to be, inshallah, husbands, or wives, or to be wives as well, that it's an equal responsibility of both the parties, and that's how it goes beautifully. So don't put the burden on wives only, as Mardiha mentioned, but each one of you, or each party, should contribute as much as possible. Anyway, let's not go to the sentimental part. Let's get back to the ad. You can see that the simple example is given. This part, which you can see on the top, shows the targeting of masses, but the lower part, you see that they have distinguished the mops with the colors, which means that the green color is a different segment, the red color is a different segment, and the blue color is a different segment, which also means that they are mass marketing generally, even though they have the main green one, but it is a mass marketing along with the targeted ingredients. So this is a mass marketing along with the blue, and this is purple or red, targeted ingredients. And these ingredients are normally an interesting method to nowadays the companies are including it when they are targeting for masses. So your masse, you are targeting a normal Coke or Pepsi, a normal Coke or Pepsi to the masses, general normal Coke and Pepsi, but you also have included Diet Coke or Diet Pepsi somewhere in the ad, which means that it is mass plus targeted. So this is a strategy that you people can also use, where your main focus is on targeting the masses, but you also have included the targeted ingredients, and that is so beautiful when I looked at this ad. Yes, Naif?
So, sir, in this case, you were saying that they're targeting they're targeting customers subconsciously through the different use of different colors.
Yes. So this blue color is a different type of customer. The green color is a different type of customer group, and the red color or the purple color is a different type of customer group. So each have different meanings, or each have different functions. It is more or less similar to the different colors of, say, cereal that we have, the different colors of milk that we have. I'm not talking about milk, I'm talking about the packing, by the way. So we have the skimmed milk, and we have the full cream milk, and we have the half cream milk. You see that they're distinguished by different colors. Or we have different colors of drinks, for example. So we have a Coke, which is red color, and we have a Coke Diet, which is a different color. You understand, right, Naif?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So something like that. So you have targeted the masses, but at the same time you have the segmented ingredients. Now what are you trying to do here is you are trying to hit two with a single stone. Your focus is on everybody, but then you are also using that time, you're also using that resources to target some special segments at the same time. So who knows, maybe the customers from those segments are also watching your ad, and especially that is very good when you are on air in your ads to a non-restricted group of customers, which means that you have not defined that, or undefined group of customers. Another example is where the direct response marketing. So this is a marketing strategy that Procter & Gamble is using, apart from marketing to the masses and targeted. Their main objective from this ad is to drive the traffic to the retail stores. As you can see, it is written here, driving the traffic to the retail store. So their focus is more on driving the traffic to the retail stores in the form of getting, for example, these coupons or these vouchers. If you zoom it, you'll find out that these are different type of coupons depending on which product you are buying. Another important method or strategy that is used in the direct response is call for an action or call to act. Call to action or call for an action. Now, example of that would be these ads. You can see that this is an ad of, again, the same company, but you can see that it has now asked the customers to sign up. So if you sign up, you get a free coupon. If you sign up, you get a free product, you get a free sample. And that is what I normally recommend to everyone who have businesses, that do not ask the customers to sign up for free. If the customers sign up, make sure that you give them something in return. And a lot of the time now we have automatic systems where the moment the customers sign up, you send them an automatic created email with a coupon, or you give them, for example, a link to a free something. So that way you are collecting the emails of the customers, and you are also making the customers go through your content the second time. So the first time they signed up, they went through your material. The second time, you are just sending an email of thanks with a coupon or with a link. That way they're reading your content the second time. And it is always best to make the customer think about you more rather than only once. The more the customer think about you, the more the subconscious will store your information. The next time the customers go to the shopping mall, the next time the customer visit a website, the next time the customer plan to buy something, the chances are that your product will be brought up in their memory first, or preferably. How does it work? It works because of this repeated reminders or repeated exposures to your company. And that's what the companies, these big companies that we see, that's what these big companies are doing. These big companies are trying to expose themselves to us repeatedly. So repeatedly exposure. This exposure, by the way, is a advertisement term. It's exposure in a sense that they are marketing them or their product to us, even though we know them. Why? Because the more we look at them intentionally or unintentionally, the subconscious note it down, our mind note it down, our brain note it down. And when we note it down, then the next time when we think of buying some product which is related to that company, our brain automatically recommends to us the company who have repeatedly favorably exposed their self to us, or who have repeatedly marketed their products to us. So it also there is also a takeaway for us, that if we have company and if we have resources, we should try to market our product, our company repeatedly to the customers. Repeatedly does not mean that you bother the customers. Repeatedly means that the customer should remember you. So the customer should remember you at all times. When the customer remember you at all times, the chances of selecting you increases. And that's the amazing game of consumer psychology or consumer behavior. So their focus from this ad is that they give you a coupon, but then you have to sign up. And when you sign up, they collect your emails. And when you collect your emails, when they collect your emails, then you become a potential customer for them. And converting potential customer to customer comparatively becomes easy. This is a normal model that we have, you may have seen in the promotion chapter as well. And in the promotion chapter, a few models are there that are related to this. And one of the models says it's in the proper order, where it starts with acquisition, then conversion, then retention, and then providing them value or increasing the value. We call it value growth. Acquisition or acquiring a customer, according to the research, is one of the most difficult stages in business or in marketing. Because nowadays we have a lot of options being customers. We have so many options that a new company acquiring you must come up with something extremely appealing. And the first thing they normally do to appeal us is to play with the price. So they either offer free things, or they either reduce the price significantly, or they just play with the pricing first, along with the promotion. So because penetration to the existing market is getting extremely tough, But once the customers are acquired, and as I told you, that is a tough stage, and that's why a lot of research is going on in this area, where the researchers have confirmed that acquiring new customers every time is not a good strategy. So if you have a company and your company is an established company, or if your company is an existing company, you already have customers, then you should not spend all your resources on acquiring or getting new customers every time, because that is a very expensive and resource consuming procedure. What you do is you have to acquire customers, but at the same time your emphasis or your focus should be retention of the customers, or enhancing, entertaining the existing customers. How does it work? If you look at the diagram or the model which is in front of you, you see that if you have customers, if you have customers, it comes here. Can you see my screen, the mouse that I'm moving? Retention, the yellow box.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So you have customers. When you have customers, you're already here in retention. When you don't have customers, you are 2 steps behind. You have to start with acquisition. So when you acquire the customer, then you convert the customers, convince the customer to buy your product, and then the customers are retained. So you see, there are 2 extra steps that you are bypassing, and you're just focusing on retention. But you cannot just focus on retention. You are focusing on retention along with acquisition. The main focus should be on retention. If you have existing customers, the main focus should be on this yellow and green color, which is retention and growth. And less focus should be given to acquisition if you have a good database or a good volume of customers already in your company. Because as I mentioned, that if you spend a lot of time and a lot of resources on just acquisition every time, and then conversion and then retention, then the process is a very long process, and it's a very time consuming process. So how does it go? It goes like you acquire the customer. Acquire the customer means that the customer emails or details are acquired, and these are normally not customers. These becomes the potential customers. These potential customers are then convinced to buy your product. How are they convinced to buy your product? I already told you that give them a coupon for a special discount. So the original price is 10 ringgits, but because they are new customers, so they will get it for 5 ringgits or 4 ringgits. That way, you're not only getting a potential customer to become your customer, that way you're also making a new person, a new potential customer to try your product. And if the product is a good product, of course, that now the strategy moves to the product part. But still, if the product is a quality product, if the product is a good product, and the customer try it, then the chances are high that the next time the customer is going to buy it at a premium price. So that is what we call conversion, that you've converted the customers. And once the customer use your product once or twice, that should not be the end there. As I told you, research shows that focusing on retention is more profitable. So those customers who are already your customers, try to focus more on them. Try to attract them again if they are not buying from you for a while, or if they have not purchased from you in a while. So every now and then send them, suppose, a promotional tool, a promotional coupon, or promotional anything which can attract them back to your company. And I'm sure that you people have seen that, those of you who are customers to different companies, and if you do not purchase from those companies for a long time, you see that they will just send you a message of extra something, 5% extra for you today, or 10% extra, and we have not seen you in a while, something like that. These kind of messages are normally the messages which are designed for customer retention. And when the customers are retained, which you see that the customers come back to you again and again, then you try to provide them value every time. because research shows that, and I told you many times that, I'm sure that you already know that, but I will try it again here. Research shows that uh, there is a step here as well, which is not mentioned somehow, but I normally include a step here. I normally start with acquisition, move to conversion of the customer. Conversion of the customers goes further towards customer satisfaction, and customer satisfaction goes to customer retention, and customer retention goes to customer loyalty. And the customer loyalty, they have included a term in the middle of customer loyalty, which is, normally this is how I draw it, but what they have done is they've included another one which is called value growth, which means that the customer receive value every time they come to you. So when the customer receive every time, the customer receives value every time, or if the value to providing to the customer is enhanced every time, then the chances of customer loyalty increases. And when the customer is loyal, we will see inshallah in the coming slide, there is something which is called customer lifetime value. So the customer lifetime value or the customer equity, these kind of topics will jump in once we provide good value to the customers, and the customer become loyal customers to our company. There are other models related to advertisement or promotion generally, but it can also be somehow used in the direct response marketing. For example, I would recommend you people read about a model. I'm going to ask you inshallah, AIDA model. So AIDA model, some of you may also know about this model. The AIDA model is a very famous model, where the focus is on customer, acquiring the customer attention, then building in trust, then changing those interest to desires, and then desires into actions. That is what AIDA stands for. And this model is more or less also related to the same model that you see on the screen or on the slide right now. So this is the model in your book or in the chapter. Starts with acquisition, conversion, retention, and value. This is the model that I normally propose and present and give to the students, which starts with the acquisition, conversion, customer satisfaction, retention, and loyalty, but they have added another one which is called value growth. Are you clear? How many of you are with me? Raise your hand. Azira, where are you? Fawaz, where are you? Okay, great. Okay, let me take your attendance, and then we can conclude our class for today. If you have any question, by the way, do you have any question? This is an interesting chapter. Interesting chapter for so many reasons. Interesting chapter because it has a lot of practical implications. We can directly apply that in our businesses as soon as we learn it. So try to learn it, and inshallah we will resume this chapter in the next class as well. We'll try to quickly complete things, and I will share the question with you for today until the next class. So I'll give you like these few days to complete your the question that was in the beginning of the chapter. It was on related to direct response marketing. What do you think about direct response marketing? Is it good? Do you think it works? Do you think that it worked for you? Let me take that attendance. MKTG. Okay. Attendance taken. We have come to the end of our class for today. Thank you so much for your time. See you in the coming class. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.